you've seen Disney's new movie Encanto, you might be wondering what the delicious food is that heals Mirabel's hand. That, my friend, is an arepa con queso. It's a popular dish in Colombia, and if you haven't tried it yet, you should. Don't worry if you don't like cheese. There are many ways to prepare arepas. But there are a couple of things you should know before embarking on your arepa quest. This dish is at the center of a heated fight. Both Colombians and Venezuelans claim that the arepa originated in their country. But what's the truth behind its origins? Why do you have to use a specific type of flour? And what made arepas popular outside Latin America? Spanish colonialism? Famine and mass migration? Or a Venezuelan brewery? Put your answer in the comments below and stick around for this corny episode. People are likely to eat arepas at any time of the day. Colombians prefer them flat, split open, and eat them with butter and cheese. Venezuelans like to stuff them with mixtures of meat, cheese, and vegetables. But no matter which filling you use, cooks use specially prepared corn flour to make arepas, and this flour might be the key to unlocking the truth about arepas' origins. First, the corn goes through nixtamalization, which makes it easier to remove the tough outer skin from the corn kernels. And as a nice side effect, it enhances the protein value. The Aztecs and Mayans discovered nixtamalization. They soaked and cooked maize grains with lime or wood ashes. Just as this necessary process predates Colombia and Venezuela, so does the original arepa. In the area that would become Colombia, indigenous peoples cooked arepas on flagstone slabs called lajas. And in the area that would one day become Venezuela, indigenous peoples used a cooking tool called an arepo. And since Colombia and Venezuela are neighbors,
Wonder Twin Powers, activate!
I think it's safe to say that arepas, or at least a version of them, come from both countries. But the story of arepas doesn't end there. Cheese, pork, and beef, among other things, were not native to South America. Europeans brought them to the Americas because they wrongly distrusted the local food. These new foods had a huge impact on South American cooking. Now, ingredients like cheese and pork are part of Colombia and Venezuela's cuisines. Sadly, the arepa con queso featured in Encanto probably wouldn't exist without Spanish colonialism. So in a way, arepas extend past the borders of Colombia and Venezuela. And luckily for all of us, arepas are continuing to become a global food. But behind this recent popularity are tragedy and inspiration. Let's start with the positive info first, shall we? Before the 1960s, families made the special corn flour at home. It could take more than a day. Then, in the 1950s, Venezuela's Cervecería Polar Brewery's master brewer made a discovery. Carlos Robisek replaced a portion of barley with corn to make a lighter beer. During this process, Robisek realized that they could use some of the same techniques to mass-produce the nixtamalized corn flour for arepas. This inspired Carlos to help create the Productos Alimenticios Nacionales company. Families could finally buy pre-cooked corn flour for tamales, tortillas, and arepas. So if you want to make arepas, you don't have to spend 24 hours preparing the corn flour.
I can't tell you how happy this little yellow package makes me.
But as I mentioned earlier, there was also tragedy. By the 1990s, Venezuelans were eating 2 to 3 arepas per day. Venezuela was one of South America's wealthiest countries because of oil. But from 2014 to 2016, the price of oil plummeted, devastating Venezuela's economy. Venezuelans were starving and political unrest broke out. Many fled these conditions, migrating to North America. They brought their beloved arepas with them. As arepas became more widespread, there are more ways to fill them. You can find them in big cities in the US and Mexico. You can indulge in arepas stuffed with Asian-style pork belly or manchego cheese. But if you're new to eating arepas, maybe you should start with the beautifully simple arepa con queso.
My Encanto dreams are about to come true.
If you want more cheesy stories, we've got them. How about the time when the US government had a stockpile of molding cheese? You can learn all about it on another episode of Origins of Food.